Hey YouTube, Lady Liberty has brought another bouncing baby bundle of joy to the gun safe. It is the Marlin XT22 with a Nikon Prostaff Rimfire 3x9x40 with the 150 BDC reticle on it. The gun cost me about $200. The scope cost me about $150. Yeah, it was a little painful, but that's what I liked, so that's what I did. I'm doing this one-handed, and I have the cord plugged in because the battery's gone, so bear with me. Everything's all set up. The guns are empty. Just kind of laid everything out as easy as possible so I can run through this as fast as possible. Start off with the scope. You come over here. I'm going to show you some code numbers here because there are two versions of this scope out there. I think it's an older version that does not have the pull-up turrets that are resettable, and you still got to change them with a coin. So you don't want that. You pay $150 for a scope. You want to get everything you can get. There's a number there, 6725. That's probably the one you want, but there's some other numbers here. We'll go over it. BRA 401006. Another one, NDB 1342. So whichever number matches up there, you make sure that you get the good turrets. So I'm gonna see if I can home in on one of them here. But yeah, that's what you want. The black turrets, you pick them up, switch them back to 0 whenever you want, to change your load. 1/4 inch click at 50 yards, dead on too. I mean, it's just everything you expect from Nikon. I mean, it's a great scope. The rings, these are millet medium height. And the medium height with the 40 objective required that the rear sight had to be completely removed. So if you're thinking about scoping this gun with a 40, be prepared to take that rear sight out. It's got to go. The bolt, using the medium rings, cleared the scope for cycling, but it did not clear the scope for removal, okay, for cleaning. So got out the Dremel. Yes, I took a Dremel to a new gun and ground out a 1/16 of an inch of the material right there to get it to come out. So keep in mind that if this is the setup you want, you're going to have to go with high rings or medium. The medium rings work for me. It got my cheek weld just perfect, so that's what I did. Like I said, it's a $150 gun. It's my gun. It's not going anywhere, so I'm not selling it. So I did what I did. I'll clean that up and I'll finish it off and make it look real good. The trigger, their Profire trigger, I believe that's what they call it, is a copy of the Savage. Every time you cycle the action, you actually got to kind of break the sear. If you can hear this, I actually had to break it. It doesn't. Now afterwards, it just lays in there nice and loose. But I guess it's a safety feature because every single time, you got a little break in it. You actually got to break. It's kind of like breaking the seal, if you know what I mean. You gotta, and then you're ready to go. Okay, just like the Mosin, you drag it all the way back, you hold the trigger, and the bolt comes out. Simple as that. The barrel is not free-floated. It's 21 inches long. It's a pretty good-sized barrel. It's not a thin barrel at all. Compare it against a Ruger 1022, if I can. It's thicker at the end than your standard Ruger. Like I say, it's not free-floated. I know they make a bull barrel version with a nicer stock and a nicer pistol grip. If you're thinking about that for target shooting, I just say get it, because this gun right here is accurate, and I'm going to show you here in a second. And if they made that gun designed for target shooting, I gotta imagine it's going to be one hell of a shooter. This, like I say, it's my first Marlin. I don't know why they designed the mag release this way. I'm not a big fan of it. It takes two hands to get it out efficiently, I'll just say. You can do it with one. I mean, it's a bit of a trick, but you can tell even after getting it done with one hand, it wasn't really meant to go that way. So you can tell they kind of want you to take your hands completely off of any operating parts, remove, and pull it out. And it comes out easy. I mean, there's nothing to that. It just, you got to use two hands to do it. 7-round mag. There are 10 rounds available. Obviously, I'm going to grab me a couple of those. Let's go on over here and see some targets. I used Winchester 555 bulk, and that's the best it did. And that is 3 of them went into 1/4 of an inch, but the remaining 4 just went absolutely hog crazy. So Federal bulk hollow point didn't fare much better. Actually did quite a bit worse. So and I'm an average shooter. I'm not going to blow any smoke here. I get out once a week, like the average person. I put a whole bunch of 22 down range in the rifle, 22 in the pistol. A little bit of 9, a little bit of Mosin, and I'm not a sharpshooter. I'm just your average pretty good shot. So like I say, this is just all craziness from the bulk ammo. Come on over here, the match ammo from Wolf. 5 shots. This is all at 50 yards, by the way. 3 shots went into 1/4 of an inch consistently. It just did it every time. The 4th shot, I brought it up to about a 1/2 inch, and then the 5th shot got pulled because the range officer called it cold, and I just rushed it. He called the range cold. I just cycled the action and just kind of threw it up there. So no fault of the ammo, no fault of the gun, just me just kind of rushing and whatever. But like I say, if I were to pull the ruler up here, you could see that there's 3 rounds here that all went to a 1/4 of an inch at 50 yards. There ain't much you can ask for out of a $200 non-floated, taper-barreled, 3-pound trigger gun. I don't think there is much more you can ask for. But what I did ask for, Mother Nature provided me, was a little bit of fun. And that right there, I don't know what it was. It looked like a spider. That's a 1-inch dot, and something crawling about the size of an inch across my target. It looked like a spider, and CCI Mini Mag hollow point made him pay for it. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then I got a second one over here I was on the Winchester. You can tell that I just winged him. I didn't get him as solid, but don't send me any hate mail for not having a clean, ethical kill on a spider. But yeah, it was good fun. So the gun's accurate. If you just want a hunting gun that can do target, this is it. So don't hesitate to get it. Later.